every single time that, whether it be Google or somebody on the back end that needs assistance or needs information, Footbridge has been there every step of the way to make it right.
Hey there, it's Chris at Footbridge Media, and today I am joined by Todd at Above Beyond Softwash. Thanks for joining us today, Todd. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business?
Yeah, my name's Todd. I run Above Beyond Softwash. It's my business. It's an exterior cleaning business based around soft washing. We excel at that particular expertise. We use state-of-the-art equipment to make it happen, and we clean up all residential, commercial properties and do a hell of a job doing it. So we really enjoy the usage of Footbridge Media. It's kind of like my right-hand man, okay? I'm a solo operator where Chris and his team of experts basically help me navigate through all different types of problems that one encounters being an LLC, a startup business, whatever it may be. Everybody needs a little help from time to time, and I'm here today to basically explain to you firsthand that these guys are aces.
Thank you so much, Todd. You talked a little bit about business development, and I think it's a scary thought for a lot of contractors who are really good at their craft. They've honed in how to do the work. Maybe they worked for somebody else and they got a really good skill set, but now when they take that leap, they take that jump to being a tradesperson and a business person at the same time, having to learn about taxes and everything else. When you were first starting up your business, what was your process in trying to figure out what you were going to do in the business, what your focus was, versus what you knew you could offload to somebody else to give yourself more time to focus on the things you needed to focus on?
I'm a boots on the ground kind of guy where in my business, especially in soft wash and exterior cleaning, you have to be 120% focused on what you're doing all the time. And just knowing that if something had popped up, I can simply, hit the earbud, make a call, hit the watch, whatever it needs, get a hold of you guys. And within 24 hours, every single go around, I had an answer. And if I didn't have an answer, I had a good explanation why I didn't have an answer. And getting that this day and age in, me growing up in a completely different industry, it actually helped me because I dealt with a lot of high-end players that expected expertise on every pass. There was no excuses, no matter what. And that's kind of how I run my ship. And I run with players that think the same way as I do, where it's the right way the first pass. For instance, Southeast Softwash, they absolutely crush it. If it wasn't for their high-tech equipment, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be able to, afford lean and mean and all these other awesome aspects of the industry. And I'll be honest with you, I'm blessed. I
love it. So you talk about, the industry experts and finding these folks. There's a lot of noise on the internet when it comes to how to do things, who you can trust. There are tons of different vendors out there. How did you go about finding the experts that you wanted to partner with?
Research and more research. And I'm a very good judge of character. It basically comes down to me watching people, learning from them at the same time, but also watching their moves, see how they operate, see how their products are performing in the field before I just go jump ship. The decisions that I made in that very short period of time are paving my future. Every single one of them had a critical part in decision-making of my new business. I'd gone to WashCon down at Southeast Softwash headquarters, and while I was there, I was able to meet all of these gentlemen, along with a few associates like Mike Turman, who works locally here in New Jersey. They're all A-game players. They're like Footbridge, top shelf. It's worth every penny, to be honest with you. It's a nice shoulder to lean on, especially when I'm out there trying to make the money and I can't be concerned about 10 DLCs and bugs on Google and posts getting kicked back. I got enough going on.
I think one of the things that I know that Eric Parker's talked about before and that we've talked about before is the idea that you do have to commit. A lot of folks, they start pressure washing. Maybe it's a side gig. It's something that they enjoy doing. So their side gig is kind of growing and growing and growing. You talk about that 120% in. What was the turning point for you? At what point did that light go on and you said, you know what, this is it. This is how we're moving forward now. And how did you make that jump? Because that's a scary thing. A tradesperson going into starting a brand new business like that. What was the process of you getting to that point where you're able to take that leap and trust that you were going to land?
It really comes down to me seeing a wide variety of things at a young age. I've gotten around. I was very fortunate at a young age to travel a lot with my family. In the industry we were in, I was able to meet all different types of people from all different trades. And being a jack of all trades is a big, vital part of starting a business, let alone an adventure. You got to be able to see the problems well down the road. My wife calls me Captain Redundant because everything I do is there's a backup plan. And I'm the type of person that just feeds off of that, because who wants to fail? You always want a company to work with like Footbridge that can turn the table for you when you think, all is lost, and answer the questions that need to be taken care of while I'm doing a little bit more important things like keeping Footbridge paid and keeping things going for me down the road. So it's, I got to focus on what I have to focus on to make it happen.
I love the idea of a business venture is an adventure. It is something to strive for. It's an active, growing process. I love that. I think a lot of folks, when they start to get into the business, they think of it as just, I'm going to clock in and clock out. I'm just going to do the work. I'm just going to do the thing. But I love the mantra of taking it on full bore and making it an endeavor. And it's not just something you do. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate. I have a great wife, great family, where they back me 120%. They're on board with the game plan. The fact that my family is with me, and I'll be honest with you, through the last few years of my life prior to jumping into this new business, it was pretty wild times, and we'll leave it at that. But like Aaron was saying, the real pivot for me was just I wasn't seeing what the owners of the business were seeing. Like I told you, I kind of look down the road, and when I don't see a clear path, I got to do what I got to do for me and mine. My two little girls, they mean the world to me. So family first, man, family first.
Absolutely. When you were first started this business, it was roughly 2022.
Mm-hmm.
The end of 2022 is when we first started working with you. What was the business life like then? What was your day in the business then versus what are you doing today?
Today, right now it's on fire, obviously, with the weather here in New Jersey. I've literally done over 25 leads in the last 4 days, okay, between my marketing efforts with Footbridge and other areas that I produce in, and it's gangbusters right now. It's been going very, very well.
Awesome. Well, if you find yourself in a situation like the one Todd has been in and then his business was in years ago, and if you could benefit from some ongoing marketing partnership so that you can spend more time, like Todd did, focusing on his customers, focusing on his business growth, Footbridge Media is here to help. Todd's business has been with us since 2022, but Footbridge Media has been helping contractors like Todd and like you since 2004, actually celebrating 20 years of working with contractors exclusively. You can find out more about our contractor marketing programs online at footbridgemedia.com. Thanks, Todd, for your time today. This has been great. I appreciate you doing the video with us. I appreciate your business. Do you have any parting words of wisdom, perhaps? Any marketing advice for other contractors or pressure washers who may be out there, who may be struggling right now, who may need some direction in how they can improve their business and turn it from something they do to that adventure, something where they can put in that 120%?
The best advice I can give anybody watching right now who's interested about Footbridge and taking on the commitment and going down that long adventure with them, go for it. Because these guys, I'll be honest with you, I've dealt with hundreds, if not thousands of people. And as far as follow through, you always get an answer. And that in business alone is night and day compared to what other companies out there are offering. I wanted to just take a minute to thank Chris and Tony, all the guys. They're phenomenal. So anybody out there who's interested, give them a call because it's worth every penny at the end of the day.
So we appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you have any questions about how we can help any home service or construction industry business, Footbridge Media is here to help. You can learn more online at footbridgemedia.com.